Pramo ato yama etiefo ne ahwefo nyina ha makwaba ba TV XYZ Power FM and afi Radio XYZ so ebraso ensama esi omanganemu ne aboabo no de ebabetu manim se pram to bra Kasiebo no anam radio stations ahodo ebre so ewo omanganemu eni ntia kopiam afra mantema Water Power 94.1 oho Global FM ho Sharp FM takrade ensoma won krankwanta bom FM ojase kanjinyame wo sampona nanmo afugo so wasan radio wala meleke FM wo kpazangligi FM bole saso ana Rich FM asinfo so Trinity eso FB awo bogo so high radio bechem oti radio awo dampa wempan sampa wodi FM wo pusiga saso na bono FM wo sunyane Sunset Radio sahwiyo so ana fe nyansapo FM enso FB awo shama ne mpatemu Atom Local FM wasase Travis Radio ni TV wo dunkwa office so ana akopem awo amanone so a Apostate FM wo Virginia USA ana fe Daisy Radio Weekly Adavopa eso ekutem de dende ewo UK ana fe OPD eso ewo UK Loud Silence Television ewo Ghana ha ana fe eye America omunyina omofa ensem ne bi na online so no so betimi atie ewo eye Radio SM online saso ana tune in eye Power 979 ma xyzonline.com semno nyina ya creature adegu abetimi akọ no akenken bi Facebook eye Power 979 TV XYZ ana fe Radio XYZ 93.1 ninyina aya dia ko hieyen awo Facebook 97 so no wetimi ahwe bi akira wadwene na tese etimi aboapa saso ana wudu YouTube so a mepacho aya XYZ Broadcasting Limited na sensem ne betwa guo multi TV big boss no obi awo fia na wetien awo Power FM ana fe Radio XYZ saso na information centers ahodo bebre so afa Kasiebo ya ese edu akire ede amesa nsensem ede bram no ensema emu yehwam na wiabre nsem no se de akruchire dozo pa ne edi akotene ewo mu no ebi ane se
Ghana mampani abedi achiro benfu jen na opoku ajeman wasra so ye hwe oman Ghana nwumasua so senchi no wahyewa ama ne homene so ewo school placement no emu no wonhwe se ni manim ya wo behwe aka
saso ana owura aya Godwin Brown ana fei aman panyimfo ahodo bi abo Ghana mampani abaso ewo nani so ade woni ne dwumadi a eye Accra research no ehun
Onumanyafo Johnson ase edunkatia wode atodwa ya wo babanda da so bo se mansin krachi mpanifo a saa bre na wo mote so no saa ban no ye MPP aban ka wo nyina nsagu wo machi a empuntu wampribi amfa manfo
saso ana owura Richard Jakwa eso atro aye petition edema Attorney General so modern partner se aye nsem bia mbiribi owura Godfrey Dame ade no efa so no ye hwehwe sansem na de no ka honsam no nkyerɛkyerɛm no nyina ya de ebremo
na ekuo bi a won shaban ase efron se indede Ghana nei wabo anan akopiem ahye ye hwe oman Ghana yenkua yoso ya wokwakoso asene sane ye be ya fi Farmers Day no ebetimi awiemudie
saso ana aban echirem se nei wokọ Ghana kwai brentu ahodo mu ene nsuwansu ahodo na ise declare no so be declare no eye security zone na ndi obi no so be bawura ho na ise wakotu fam godi akosensuo ehonsam obeti ewa ha
yebeko pusiga mansinu emu na de hia bi se wo mu kra asi wo mayiwam esansa pomudimu nsam no empanifo ayirimu ediamom
Wei aninsamudo bi ana yaboabo no se pram to bra Kasiebo a ubetie ewo TV XYZ Power FM ana fe Radio XYZ ni stations awudo ebre ewo oman Ghana mu na Kasiebo no nyekuo bi ehu se emu ode eni ntomo suase abo ebeda yade ebremo
Solak Natural Clinic say ya de no akoso abudi achiache wunya no adura ni manim ya na watu anamo ba wo de adrobe kan ama ho ato say ye kidney no eno hawa ba ho liver no anya hawa ewo ho anase bia oba be ma mo pawo Solak Natural Clinic say oba onro ne natural finiki kan bia nim wo de kanipadua no a ya de ne hye kra no a ebedwane laboratory test ahodo no nyina so won mu eye bi ewo ho Solak company say from sisi a eye 0553 93 932631 0553 932631 ofra one mo beje wo so Medimosis Clinic and Herbal Center one makofa du papa e de abadwaman so eno ene lift capsules we e yadroson kwa eboama metabolism edi efrusani ye e wo nipadua no emu eno achikra no ye ka digestion no a eno so boapa udidi e wasaduane no etimi yam ye na manipadua no anya hotoso na esan boama efini keka wa yi adokru nipadua no a amada bia wonti apono ehuru sa fini nyina efini nipadua no emu eti Bora pharmacy shop bi e ben wo kwa wo so per lift kit capsules ubenya biato na emom ne dodo mu no Medimosis impenifo so betimi afre na wajimu enchemu eye 0244 068447 0244 068447 ofra wo beje so X natural mineral water eye so krojen wo ye o topro dwumadie biara ye eda wanimu a oye no open super papa dia serve wase a eno an X natural mineral water anase wankasa wo fie enso papa ebetimi aboa mani padua no enya hoden no na wakope X natural mineral water ibiato nya na Ghana ha meko mo bi e ben wo store bi e ben wo borwa mu a wo benya biato anase XYZ Broadcast Limited wo be adwuma ko mo hwe Mr Robert ya dodo bia no wo benya anabefra homan emu nchemu bia na waje eye 0596 273546 ene bio 0596 3547 X natural mineral water na or say simply natural enyumako ne edoso pa afufro bi eka we mu ho akire yi wo beti wo nyina enkoma daroma ewie wo mu na tua bre eho eka Facebook ne so ya Power 979 FM TVXYZ ene bio Radio XYZ ti ya na wa share ama fufro nso anya bia hwe ebio no do comment no ato ho no ama ye kama na yani a ya Japanie enso awie yi edin a memeje so da chema akosia oforiwa amanfo awia imene akuya krantema yabaje brana kasia no nsiwo munyina no yade atudwa amamom ya shasia na nyina nim se aye na wotwe emu no Ghana man ade dwumadia bi asi ni nan so a na anya asem kuma kura ne nyina aye dwumadia efa Accra research no eho eye butie bi ese ye di nkomo na ya toato adwene ahwe se dan kwama bi ese aye Millennium and Sustainable Development Goal say a baby 2030 ma dear na maya kano yebetimi afaso abua na pom don sam no etimi akonkan say government panyi din semebre na no eto adwa ewodwumadie no asese beye nebman disika behye apomodin semu abua na say odasani bia wabimem no apomodon sam betimi akoyie ede amaye na dwumadie yi achi na meka se no amman panyimfo anya akwanya eba dwumadie no asibi no ede abasobo Kasiebo mu odu chenchirenche ede ama Ghana mampanyi owura John Dramani Mahama ewo nani suade hu ni anamompa ne hyehyɛ kuta no so opeso odeboa na se iwiase afo na nyina bi man yetimi ekonkan ewo eye apomodin ensemu na eye saa dwumadie no ase no na owura eye Gordon Brown enso ede abasobo egina omaka nyina na mu ede abasobo ema Ghana mampanyi ewo te se United Nations General Assembly de to so eye eduotwe ase no opanyi egina ma ode eye saa abasobo no ede ma eye Yewra John Dramani Mahama nsimo to dwano ebi enie.
Can I first of all thank President Mahama for leading off today. Your support for the health initiative, your work in your own country is something that is recognized not just in the African continent, but in every continent. Thank you for what you are doing. And I want to also say to President Obasanjo, your mention of the word solidarity is what we are talking about today. Just think what we can achieve when we work together. Now, I have thought you were late, President Obasanjo, because of all the many other initiatives you've taken. You are now reorganizing the traffic system in New York, because that is desperately needed. But your initiative on health here is something that will be recognized right around the world. Thank you for everything that you do. The cuts in international aid were savage, they have been sudden, they have been unprecedented, and they're unforgivable. And they've left people starving in many places, dying in other places, and left countries with the burden of debt. And I am prepared with all of you to lead a campaign to relieve that burden of debt, because it is desperately needed. But the option that we now have is to build what we call health sovereignty. African-owned, nationally led, locally delivered healthcare systems that we build the capacity in Africa not just to produce drugs and to manufacture them, but to deliver healthcare in all its aspects. And I applaud your initiative in Ghana for free primary healthcare, and that must be the model for the future in the whole continent. So I want to congratulate all those who've been involved in this, all those who've been part of the original Accra Compact, Mark Dybel, who's done so much here from Rockefeller, all those who are here today. You know, there are many important meetings taking place in New York today, but this is indeed one of the most important, because what you are setting forth is a plan for the future that can transform healthcare in Africa. And I believe it is a measure of the importance of his initiative that we have so many leaders here today, so many leaders supporting this, and so many on video listening to this today. I welcome everything you've done. Just think what we can achieve when we work together.
Na we ayansema UK Prime Minister Eddie Etuja na enuachi na eye Ngozi Nkonjo Inwala enso Eddie Nsembi Etuja na ochim sosha na se wobehia pa se nei se de wiase afade nyina kabom na ani abre na ye se godie wunsem betimi akonka no eno no eye ade wo se ehwe se yebdi sika behwe apomdo nsem wesan se apomdo nsem no enya de se dwadie wunsem no ade nso no ebetimi akonka san so no na se oye Director General ma World Trade Organization ono na odansemi edi.
Given ODA's importance in some countries' health systems, one might think that the case for a reset is simply because the money is no longer there. But in reality, it goes well beyond that. The fact is that domestic health financing was always too important to be outsourced to outsiders. Mobilizing domestic resources has always been critical. During my tenure as finance minister in President Obasanjo's administration, we treated aid as below the line in budgeting balance, with health expenditures coming from our own resources. At the same time, there are some global public goods like pandemic preparedness, routine vaccination, basic research that the whole world should be financing. For traditional donors, supporting these areas is a matter of longer-term self-interest. It's not about helping others. It's in their self-interest to finance these things. But we should also think about creative mechanisms for developing countries to contribute proportionate to their means. As Director General of the WTO, I want to point to 3 ways in which trade matters, because many people say, what on earth is trade doing with health financing? But it matters for the health reset and for the Club of Accra's wider workability agenda. First, because trade offers a path for countries to raise productivity, boost growth, and earn export revenue, and in the process, make it easier to meet health financing needs. WTO economists estimate that between 1995 and 2020, trade costs reductions boosted low-income economies' GDP by 33%. That means a lot more fiscal space to fund resilient and effective health systems. Second, because in a crisis, open and smoothly flowing trade is a vital means for producing medical goods and services and getting them to people in need. During COVID-19, trade in face masks nearly quintupled. Vaccines were manufactured at scale in supply chains, cutting through as many as 19 countries. But then the pandemic also exposed vulnerabilities. We know that Africa was at the end of the queue and didn't receive the vaccines when it should, because pharmaceutical manufacturing capacity in Africa was lacking. And these are some of the things that we must now take care of, which I hope that the Accra Reset will take on as part of.
Anya Mutino, a Director General Emma World Trade Organization, Dr. Ngozi Gonja, Iwela, and Yatin in Kenuachino, Nasa Mikase Ghana Peninsula Abmonia, or ne a UN Secretary General, or Antonio Guterres, and so Awagoshi, and Ninano, I said the Omotua to Adrene, na yourself and Ninansono, Noma Etimi Akosi, a de Amaye, Nasa a Jumedia Kosia, and on Nukosia to Adrene, Nasa and Sama Dromo Kano, a dear Sebabua, na yourself and EAD, Etimi HCP.
Yentu asem so na ye mongram wo man Ghana enwomasua emu na so ye hwe man ye enwomasua so wo de atudwa ya wo ba mane se de wo bo ho so pa atrete wo na hyem se ne be ya ye ka man Ghana enwomasua no a ebetimi aye krabehwem eno nam so ama enrada wo so afo ye ono ene hwe man ye enwomasua so wo bonyafo Haruna Idrisu wo ne Ghana mampani abedi akire obenfu je na opoku agiman ene mpanifo ahodo ehia ye etoato adwene ebotimo popopapa ebetimi aboa yen ama o man Ghana homasua no atimi apagya akosoro pa na no na bre ya na dwumadie no ekoso no wo bonyafo Haruna Idrisu di tudwa wo cha se ahweye no gu enhya wodo bebre so ni titiri o man Ghana homasua no ye ka enkonta no ye nkontabuo mathematics no a wo mo ehyemu kina na bodie mu nyansa pe science no eno so wo mo hyemu kina pa na wo be hyase no afre ya ahyase suku no basic no se ne be ya enkwada no betimi asua firi ho no oduru suapon ahodo no emu ene to aso suku no a ankwanko ye dendende amfa amom wo si nei no aban no gusu ya wo ye hyehye ya ye hwe se ye benya suapon ahodo dodo no a ewo mai emu ntimantama ahodo bi wo ho no a wo mo bo ho so se enche bia no ye ba be si suapon ahodo ni bi ewo ho na bo mo man Ghana ngumasua no atimi atumpon.
I want to welcome you back to the Ministry of Education, this time in an elevated capacity as the first female Vice President of our Republic. And I can say without fear of contradiction that you remain an unquestioned champion of education and gender rights and gender interests and inclusiveness generally in the pursuit of government policy.
Haruna Idrisu ena yetine nkene nwachi no ena Ghana mampani abedi akire obenfu je na opoku agima di tudwa ya woche se wono no ye ka ngumasua ya wabene ewo mu pa ye nyina nim dada se mami engumasua wodi mu akotene yie pa ne wase ade bi ekoso ewo man Ghana school placement ya ekoso ye mu a wote ase a enya yie eti wa hyase ye ne se animanim ya kwan biara obefa so na school placement no ade hye bi bepem ne wo munya bia wom ekwakoto omumasua so no wom nhwe na omuntu ho anamo animanim ya ase ne be ya abotoye mu ebetimi aba na ban ne so ye na afamu de ahwabo apagya o man mumasua na aye krabehwe.
I've heard some of the things you have mentioned, and I'm looking for other opportunities for us to have even more discussion. So we are very, very happy that today we've been able to make this visit. We'll put our hands to the wheel and ensure that we are building a very, very stable country for all of us. And that is where the sustainability hopefully should come in. I know there may be challenges in each of the agencies, but it's very important that we see each in the other. Let us collapse the silos. Let us learn to work together. There's so much talent in almost every agency that we can learn from, we can share. And I want to urge all of us that we learn from each other, we share our expertise, and that way the results are positive for all of us.
Wey ayo benfu je na opoku agima ena yate ne nken na ne krakram wonno ena yera Haruna Idrisu esan ebo ye mami ya baso se wabɔ ne homodene pa obaye odi kan a wabaye mampani abedi echese de ahyase na wo ka no wo se wo bompa ya se twadi amponyankropon se ebre kwa animo no ye benya Ghana mampani a wodi kan a oye oba ewo memu na chese ye mame obenfu je na opoku agima.
It is my prayer that God will give you long life and good health, that probably you will be elevated to become the first female president. I've been in cabinet with you, at least the first session of the cabinet and the second session of the cabinet. And I can say without fear of contradiction that you remain an unquestioned champion of education and gender rights and gender interests and inclusiveness generally in the pursuit of government policy.
Odumonyafo Haruna Idrisu ena yetene nkan.
Yanto asona yanko ensamfo fronso emu ye concern from the NSA Director of Special Operations National Security Ora Richard Japa modern atwere krata de akwakoma Criminal Investigations Department says omuyenhwem bi emfa emano na sanhwem a omusi omunye no ne nyina efa kane Attorney General Ora Godfrey Dame se ehom ne nyina ne se embre bi a se ensem bi akoye na Ora Richard Japa adansini wo Ora to force ambulance sensima na se koso afie twemu se asem na shase 26 March 2024 mo se afie twemu na sa court nsensem ya ebai na so Ora Godfrey Dame sabre no ya Attorney General no of phone se Afro Ora Richard Japa no ya adansini wa asem no pesa nka se obegina court a o sam futuro etugu ganafo no court ni nyina ani na se Ora to force asam ro gina dakama na se edi na asem no embumbo no na yenya kwan entwe no terere emfanko gina aya asem ni bia na asempo no emfanko to abankukumu na no na Ora Richard Japa se sabre no de Ora Godfrey Dame no na se misconduct ni bia na se opeso odada na se adansi ni potia ya evidence so wono otumu nchine na ya daboro so na so bi ehu etime kire no eni nti se de ekọ so sabre na ya de ni je ho Ghana fo nyina tie enkomatwen se de ekọ so no recordings o ya ode ba bonte no o se sa wo hwe mbrem a se ayade na se Attorney General sambre no epese adibu nsem no ne basasi wanta na se wan fambra kwan so se de obepe adansi anase no kura wasem no mu eni nti eni no osre pa se enne se si adi mpanfo moden na sa sam no de si sa bre na ntwam ye esanse mre wo ho sa so ana court atentere ne wo se ye adwumenti no won hwe emra se be na sensem no metimi ahwemu na etimi aboa na nia wo se ensem no eda wodugu bia no won fengu esanse sambre Ora Godfrey Dame a no ya Attorney General no misconduct ene so danedi wo ni dwuma yemu a se wan fambra kwan so anya dwuma no ampe asem no pumesibra na no kure wo mu na mu oyese obefa kwati kwan bi na ode ebu asem egu odasani bi so atwe no edna kwatwere aban kukumu yet one some so na yakọ yanim na national chairman edema NDC amanyoko no Yera Johnson asiedun ketia wonamu aprobo ye no thank you to na wotwe atwam wo de hyase na wotwe mu nso woto so wo poyemantam no emu na wakopie mu wo foasia yerebi abato mpesua no eso ene adehye ene party mpanifo adehye wo nyina akohia de aseda piesie aseda wampama aseda mu rempima siedu akwa wom se emfimpinu ne aduanu nan abato ekoso no wo mo hye NDC amanyoko na nimunyam ma neyi wabefratra banwa kese no eso na breyi a wogina simpie so a wo kasa no ene wode atudwa ya wo kyese abanda da ye atwa mu ko ye mampani dada kufu ado wone na bedi a kire dada bawomia wo mo beto o man Ghana sekra na titiri kra no mansini kra chimpanifo common fund ahodo bia na wo se kokko onsa no wode boa mansini ni peja ema mpuntu ekoso no saa sika no wo mtoto ni nyina sayram ema mansini kra chimpanifo kra ye ka wo se guo machi a na wo mo entimi anya adwuma no nanso wo se banya abai no adwuma no wo ba beye se ne beboa na mansini ahodo ni nyina atimi atumpon
no wa kutasa na wa zanere ne ya to ni masa di simo antumasa na de sisi apese usika na do ni si ati ni ya to ni ya to enonte se oje se de na ewo sabre ele na sanga bio ni na ya konfama ai assembly members ni panko efisa ko ai assembly members tabi ni ni faso lisi kwa fo bibi wa na fato sikabra o ni ya tu patro abaka ya tura na o ya efisa sika o ni ya so esse service Comment est-ce qu'on va faire? C'est laisser bien sika, afin non seulement pas de cas, laisser bien et non sika, et ne pas pour un cancer. Now, assembly, discuss. Yeah, they said, you go, I suppose, I really hear about far.
Onumonyafo Johnson asie dunketia ena yete ne nsem yina no achi no ena mansi krachipedi a wono ewo achimansa mansi no emu onumonyafo Linda Ahenkra wono so ejina simpie so di aseda ekoma Yera Johnson asie dunketia ne party mpanifo nyina se emfimpinu ne aduenu na abato no emu no omutimi bo ho so bo aye bo adwuma ema nkunudie ye ti seye eko ema wom.
For the first time in the history of our you know our police stations. You know why the police you know why the practice. The people who are clearly but the people who so about they really know before. I am more than 11,000. But the customer you now say it's probably and then 4,900. Let's have a new place. So other movements. When you make everyone else up with you,
Openye tini nkai eye mansi krachipeni ojama di sheya womo ewo achimansa mansi no emu odumonyamfo Linda Ahenkra.
Ya twaso na Ghana ye wo haw kase pese ne no aba beye ohaw bia eje nhene ede atete Ghana fo nyina namsai so ema owura John Dramani Mahama na ban ese campaign brem awi henam so obehwe na sa ohaw no watimi atuase Nyankopon enchade obeyi one na soafo endaye omu ye adwuma ade aboa na so hawa eye galamse anase kwanya nipa bi kwambone efa so etufam gudie no ombehwe na ese motimi atuase nyina namsayo so ema soafo hwasoe ne so owura ama kofibua ade atudwa achemse ne no Ghana kwai brentu awodo na nka enim se kwa wadi obi nkom enkoye hwe eda ho no ese galamse fo ni bi abawurawura mu a namsayo so mese enche bia no omese hono enyade a ese mo odeseni bia kwa manetimi ewura ho akwa galamse nso ani ade nyina no ese omehwe na omo declare no eye security zone ensem oditudo ombra na one eye nuanom GBC for etwen komo said your kan ensem no mama yentie bi.
The government has the power at its disposal to take steps to deal with this, and I think that if you had listened to me comprehensively, one is the policy reform, one is the stakeholder engagement, one is to deal with the water, one is to strengthen enforcement. All of these things that I'm talking about, why did we establish the Blue Water Guards? And now, just in the last week or so, the president has made it very clear that we are moving a step that says that all the water bodies and the forest reserves are going to be national security zones. You know what that means? It's red zone, no go. And we are now preparing to deploy permanent security forces in this area.
Na we ayansama eye ama Kofi Eboa ede atudwa nhihye ne niamo ye ede akon ekwan bone nipa bi efa so etufam gudie no ebi na motiye.
Anishmama yento aso na yenko yenimu ewo ensem ahodo emu na ye hwedi mu se afi Farmers Day sonko ebetimi akoso se de afi bia ye no na aban ebo akuafo abaso akuafo a wo mankwa ma yentumi enidi ewo mai emu no ene afi bia no aban no eyisi hono a ye bo woni nyina abaso se ne bebe hye omu nkran na adwuma no wo ma ye ne yie ne anya duane papa adie ewo mai emu na no aka ho bi amampanifo gu ahoboaso a wo hwe sa afi die no wo mi ede ahye so na no nam so ama ekuo bi a wonmo enhye abanya se ye from say indede Ghana wo ma banan akopie mu ahye ye hwe oman Ghana yenkua ene yenuane eso ama sa bre no niema ne akade ahodo wo mo de akomom se won fa makuafo se ne be ya fi no ye de bebo wo mo abaso e won dwumadi ahodo emo ene walleting boot ibi makomako be ye oha na eka ho enu akikura akade ne niema ebo makuayo etimi etumpon no wo mo edeka ho bi won nyamfo erikopoku wonu osofo yo hwe oman Ghana yenkua eso ono na wogina mu a woje sa eniemai wogina so de nsam yi etudwa
so bia didi me ya afi de opeso ye bia betumi ayede aye fi so wa hoden o nyina so na afi we ya sha ase ebo aye ho se be ya anniversary be di kama ama akuafo nso ani age na ekono bia akeka mo ho a ombesa ombebo aye ene na yenuanom am company e friend Indede Limited Company Indede Limited no e Ghana ni ba pa na odisika hye sa adwuma yi mu se Wellington boot no be produce na wa set up factory no ewo Central Region na o produce Wellington boot na Wellington boot o sha ase no de wadi ka produce pa ni and o say Minister of Food and Agriculture ye be Farmers Day kese say dia omo de omo kai aya eye pers no mako 150 omo de be cheyen say yemfa moa akuafo na eda na ye bedie no abasobode ye de ma akuafo no yemfa enka ho bi ye be kan se de omase na ye ka akire companies ahodo a ewo Ghana ha nyina ne se ekom de ba onkasa wo de utu gold na ye company foforo bi o ekom indiscriminate echi obi a enti ba bia obi a no bia mfa na ho de ni nyansa ne bibia kakra wo no emwaye na ye ma ye ku adwuma ni nyina brane na enti ma aduane mu na obi a enya bili na de Indede Limited Company aye no ye ni aso ye de omase ye ni se ebi no so bia ka ho de ye fekra na se company bia wote a wo de pemfaso na won de o se da bi nyemfaso nko a omani ye nso medwene ho bi
onumonyamfo Eric Opoku na yetenika ono no osofo hwe oman Ghana yenkuayo ene yenuane eso Yanko yachina yansa enkohwe galamsey ene ehon nsam no ebiom na meka say security consultant owura aye Richard Kumado ade atudwa akirem say bibia chese ebe yo haw no ede ama Ghana nyina chese Ghana nyina we no hwe galamsey nsam ya ade ese ababaye security threat bi ede ama omamu nyina na basa na ese wo setimi hwe say area ho no ye be declare no aye security zone na etimi aboanti we no aye ade o se ba ne sa ebetimi abwana so ha no yetimi aso no pa yanko amano so na yeni owura Richard Kumado etwe nkomo na yembusa ne se asemi se nipa bi kase be bia galamse ni ade akoso yeni declare ne sa no na ebetimi abwana opanyi Richard Kumado so otimi nkampa cho memo ha emo akwa aba
Minaba midase yanko
yo me pacho na wo ka bibi se wo hwe se BBC na yo haw ema mamu ni nyina ne ade be bi ade no ekoso no wo si declare no security zone anabisa adenti na wo ka no sa
anya sa na meka ye wan kan ni ye anya sa na meka ye me see government declare water bodies any forestry security zone. Now, government, you're very clever in declaring those places a security zone. The reason being said, once I declare you as a security zone, first one is security activity. And see, every security zone be a first activity, security activity. Second one, be security related operations. Next, I say, wow, over what's a particular zone now, you declare security zone. First, obey participant. That was security activities na ekoso. Na say onye participant. Now also protocols now. Omode atu kwa say onye na omode be adwuma no. You don't follow the protocols, be any problem. The reason why you declare a state of emergency say, in the case of a pandemic, and Galamsey Ababe a very big menace amaye. And the local authorities, they said DC, you need MC, and as a president, backed by law. Can say we don't want this particular area to be touched again by anybody, and now we don't want the spread of menace, to come into this area. And now say menace now about area, yen find way na yen inferior, na yen clear area, so they have the power to declare it as a security zone. But when it is declared as a security zone, those are the implications. If you don't follow the standard protocol, also I won't get part of security officers now to participate in the security operations, and they have the brave back. Now, how no one share na one kwakoti and that is what I was saying in my write up.
Can say bia I was say nipa ewo sa area na bibi ekoso na was say omo ya involved no in this instance no then ye betimi aya ye betimi ade omo account say chenchina chen mo be kan na ye nkokun we.
Okay, and the forestry now ya declare no security zone and now water bodies now ya declare no security zone no. So where juma wo water ne mo protocols now ya di ba say ma obi anya galamsey wo on the water. So shampoo and whatever they use on the water, it will be destroyed and it will be taken away. Now so fishing on the water. You need to have an understanding with security operational water. In order to have a discussion with the leaders of the security officers. Say no high obema fishing now we no. Sebe high obema wa stop it. Now say one bisa permission. Now fishing because fishing now we to make create problem. And so one of the things they will do is public education, any awareness creation. Say, hey, here has been declared as a security zone. And they can call up the place. Normally the signboards and as a signs be briaba betu na oba who say higher security zone. We don't do A, B, C, D. The only activity permitted in this area is a security operation and that's a security activity. Non-conformity and that's a non-adherence to standard protocols. It can lead to casualties and it can lead to fatality. And say you can't show no more inside that. These are law enforcement officers. They will flash them out and it can lead to anything.
So Gumado, ya catch and fan excavators near Domu Yuzuno. Ya tini bebre say ya shibi ye sizi ba stella no omo ye enti said ya na bi eso just say bia shoot and kill no who as a security person no obe back sa move nana.
And the government were 9 forest reserve. They kept 7. 9 no munya no galamsey as ababe bia 2 biom. To the extent that I declare forest no as a security zone, immediately say all the anti-galamsey officers, the national anti-galamsey, the Gold Board Task Force, Papa Police, or the first respondents for crime galamsey, criminal activity, forestry for all other agencies are only part of the anti-galamsey task activities. No, they will work very hard to bring back the other 2 forest reserves. No. Now, Omanshe said nobody does any other activities in the forest because government by law has declared the forest as a security zone. So, but any other thing, any security activity, you are not adhering to the standard protocols of a security zone. These are law enforcement officers. Anything can happen. They will have a conversation with you and it will create a discomfort. Some of those discomforts can lead to casualties and it can lead to fatalities.
Okay. Ora Richard Kumado ya breti ya dubesia na se brepam bibia ya sanso afrena ya nu edi nkomo eni amuti ya security consultant Ora Richard Kumado na ya tininkin.
Ye kopiemu ewa tifia poyamantem no emo na ye kokro bi efrense asuntaba ye no ewo pusiga mansinu emo na enai no wamafo ye a womo ewo sa ekrotoi emo no womo ati asemde atadwifo wa esanse empani di aswakwa kobofom a ship compound bi wosi ediamo se ne beboa na pomodimu nsem atimi atumpom mrahye bedwani ye ojamadi hye ya wono ewo empotamu ho worbanyafo hajia ladi ayamba wono enedi animu na so DCM ya wono ene onmonyafo Abdulrahim Aguri Haruna ena kyerese wom ede asokobɔ fom asabre no omanfo ebenya pomudin ya ekron onmonyafo Abdulrahim ede nsemi etudwa.
She is using this project from her common fund to help the good people of Asontaba, Vodcom, Puanaba and Puanabilin. I would like to express my gratitude to everyone here, and this cheap compound will not only provide quality health care of health service for the good people of Asontaba community, but also serve as a hub for community outreach, education, and empowerment. It will bring hope, healing, and health to our good people.
enti onmonyamfo Abdul Rahim Aguri Haruna ena yatene ke no echi no manfo ni bi nso ekasai.
Member of Parliament, this is not the only project here. I think that there is a school here, primary school. It was built by her in the NDC government. That was a year back, 2012. After the NDC lost power, if not this time around, we have never seen anything like a car coming to this place to bring something like a project to this community. We are most grateful, and we want to say that may the Almighty Allah protect the Honorable Member of Parliament, may the Almighty Allah guide the Honorable DCE, and may the Almighty Allah give the NDC government everlasting. To me alone, I would have said that no political party should come to power again apart from the NDC party. We are most grateful to you, and may Almighty Allah guide and protect, and let more and more facilities come to Asonkaba.
Enti we ya de hye bia wom ewa Asontaba honum ena yete ninkan saiba akama ena wode nsam yi atu edwa yamane boni atongo idrisu ena to yensa enkrai yanto aso na yanko eye ensem from anei eye Dr. Frederick Apo de atudwa na wa kire mu se nche bia na se tema impakadan eye kwantempo ana se kwan no sadia ebe na akoni abedi hu se betimi akwaso no ti se keteke dwumadie besanso ahyase na ayadwuma boa se be na akoni abedi nso no ebetimi akwaso ntentam so de amaganafo nyina nensimo de tudwa no ebi eni.
The trains are ready and capable of running the lines. At the moment, we are going to run the trains 1st of October. We are going to do so jointly with our brothers and sisters in Ayalolo buses. So for every station, you are going to have 2 Ayalolo buses waiting for you and 2 GPRTU vehicles, as well as boat and Uber services as well, waiting for you to provide you a second degree of freedom to take you from your station to your home. So we are going to provide literally a door-to-door service on the line. Equally important is also to let the public know that yes, we are not just going to operate a railway station, we are going to operate a microeconomic corridors. So for every station, we are encouraging the general public, of which we've advertised already in the daily graphic, for people to also come in and ask for leases to sell food products, open smaller shops within our stations, as well as mobile money vendors, so that they can open small economic corridors along the stations. So we are encouraging general public to come as to partake in this. I am very optimistic that yes, the mobilization is ongoing at the moment, and we will be running the trains on 1st October from Afenya to Temahabo and from Afenya to Adome.
Na we aye Chief Executive Officer Edema aye GRDA na se yetene kan Dr. Frederick Apo na nsem no ebi enonom.
Adishmama yanto premto Kasiebo no so na yemfa seda emanwumaku a wo maso yasene ewo Kasiebo emu gentle step mother care say yenka ntra wo for say open yema papa pa dia ma wabofra no a na watu anamo aba sanse won yema ne de edimu ankasa ema mema tade nya yenkwada ne de no wo mo etunton bi ewo ho eno achi no pe bicycle anasa tricycle CB baby cot car seat ni baby walkers no na baby bouncer swings baby diapers breast pumps any baby foods na oba gentle step mother care ubenya bi ato na one machi kwan no one mo ewo Spintex Road oben po gas furniture no woni Absa Bank no edin hwe ni mo anasa obefre 0244 238477 and 0245681085 ofra one mo ebejo so mensaka fa mobile phone na shase na dial star 274 hash star 274 hash nei o ba bedisika boom 16,000 Ghana cedis umpe we na pede enche bia jackpot no ye ba bebie so se ne be ya wo so no ubenya sika ede agu botom etu dial star 274 hash no a na wa repeat enu achi no na wa choose Power FM odi edi hihye ne so woto ba kotum bia no esan se jackpot ne ebebie so nti no 10 Ghana cedis pe odi eto dodo bia ya wa hoodin ebetumi ebekwawi eche wo ho a na chese wo na wodamu no hye no so se NLA platform no Caritas platform no won mo agya tum ene bio nso so no nyam mfihye du nwotwe a onka ho ya na wa hye ne nso de amaye sanso ne eche se wo be wi ni big dia eno ane mega cash lucky box no mega cash mega cash wo be dial star 426 star 5# ɛyɛ star 426 star 5# na one select station no ebio select lucky box ne baako ubebie mu no ye sika na egu mu sei eti wutu baako tum bia no a ɛyɛ 5 Ghana cedis pe de wa ho ode besusu bia no na watu agu mu sei bebre na wo so anya sika ɛde agu ubotom 500,000 Ghana cedis umpe we na apede unya mrufisha du nwotwe a onka ho eti ya na wahye ne nso ɛde amai ewie ye gina we so na atwe ho agya boafo nkrato aba eba de aka kire bia no ye de beto am so.
The National Petroleum Authority hereby cautions persons engaged in illicit storage and trading of petroleum products to comply with the regulatory requirements to operate in the downstream petroleum industry. The NPA Act clearly stipulates that no individual shall engage in any commercial activity related to the importation, exportation, re-exportation, shipment, transportation, processing, refining, storage, distribution, marketing, or sale of petroleum products in the downstream industry without first obtaining a license from the NPA board. Failure to secure the necessary license and properly regularize operations will result in confiscation of petroleum products, prosecution under the law, and decommissioning of facility. For more information, contact the National Petroleum Authority on 0302 550 380. You can also visit our head office located at Jolu of the M1 Highway or any of our regional offices.
Na ede na ya obayi a oda forma so ne yafunu mu emunumuni.
Oh Mr. Entry also yare ya titi bi ben fie pi nanso ne yemu nyono da se me kire onu ahodo amato a me hunu hwe a ebe ya nwanwa.
Menyi ni se what ulcer tamfo Haxa capsules any Haxa mixture yanum bom kotia ulcer no bia ma no anom anka ne ho ato no dadaada ulcer dro de eno ne Haxa capsules any Haxa mixture
ankom ni nkyeremu
ulcer yekura eto yefunu ene ensunu mu etumi a woyefunu ekeka wa wogire wo ho a enye ulcer etumi ema woye cheko ebra wadidi awie so how eye ulcer de a kope Haxa capsules any Haxa mixture nanum bom na ho ebeto
pedudu atu a ko okanshi drug lane Kumasi Dani Herbal Takradi AA Mensa Anafre 02038228855 Apefo abatan ya woma won mofra no fo ene mofra woni mfie no enka ho Haxa capsules ene ne mixture
ulcer tamfo edie age adwadie nkrato yi atom.
Ya sama munyina akwa ababiom na we yemfa entudwa se nyankopon aya aduma dwumadi kase ekoso na ekoso no na wo se yenyina de ehuhyem na ye bompai dindin ebi ye World Prayer Conference Ghana 2025 se sa dwumadi no Christ Ambassadors for Nation Ministry come and a Jubilee International Church and Ministries and akabuma omo the World Prayer Conference Ghana 2025 no de ebrain omo hyase na nyankopon aya aduma se omu wie September boso de to so aduonu esonya na se omudi ni nyina ebe modern se oso beko na wakobo mpaye bi na venue no Jubilee International Church Eagles Nest Chapel na Bishop Bob Ayaxon and I say oda ano tise modern se oso no obeko bi pick farm nkra heya and asa dwumedi ekoso akasafo badwumedi na se no ebi Dr. Folasadi F Adewoye ono President Emakam Saso and Bishop Dr. Mrs. Doris Akumia ono presiding bishop Emma Jubilee International Church and Ministries Saso and Bishop ni Aku Odoi ono resident bishop Jubilee International Church Eagles Nest Chapel Apostle Samuel Tunji Ayeni ono so CAC Vineyard of Comfort New Jersey honofi ba abeboa America manu emu Alfred Breno so account be na ise omachem anopa no twe na ise omde ahye so na anwumbrensu no nsia na omde ahye so ise dwumadi nyina no ko na so be yenhira enwumtofo Eagles Nest Cha kwa sa so na kam kwa na fe MP nation and yes ya tonsa e dia fra no so no ode ndwom beta dwumadi echi bo mode ase also beko na se watimi aboa na nyoma akoso pa ede ama yenyina saso ena eye wachanti eye awindo sadik eso echem se ne bebi onya mfrihia beye enum se wayira na omchiruma na se oyira ye na chese eye bosum de so aduo no ena abufrei efifia chese bepuma na abusua hu nti omo sere se chese yenyina etiefo ene adofo nyina sie nitwa eye akwada wayira yiso a ye modian na se yenya aboafo chese na yemboa awofoi se benes omoba no so no omonsa betimi aka no na abofra wayire no se yesese ohu na police station bia ebe no obetimi ede no akọ na se a police for no so momodikan eyo masutre da nti odi akwada no kwa se ombeji akwada na tena ho na omatimi aboa frɛ awofo no anampo ankasa nso betimi afrɛ number 0244 182 007 0244-182-007 na esa ofra bebi a wo bi omba beji akwada no na ndase ho no so no omode ama kama ntie nyina nkambom na esa yemboa abaten na omoba wayira no so no esa omonsa entimi enka no na ye kwadia na we no eye eyi enka ba yade eto asomamo eye sofia esian wonya ne baabi ko abusua ena ese esie nyina eye na eye sofia abusua se mfanto adofo na etiefo nyina enim se chese eye maami sofia esian twede ampawato nsa ade afre no nya mfrihia no eye aduokro 90 years na abusua kirem se nyankopon eye adomemenda ese eye bosomi de to so aduonu nson no abusua so omde no ebeto mpam ewo Prince Town of eye Axim tempo no so na se eye atoye mantem no mu ewo na sadwumadi nyina bekoso na fe eye edana no so no omagina so ayeye abusua kire se esan se twede ampon ehira ye maami ewo atiasefo asase su ntino ahofade omde beye na ye no eye tuntum eni fita eye memenda no tuntum eni fita kwasi ade nyankopon eye adomako na asesom no ewo Methodist asoria ewo Prince Town mu je se eno so no kwasi ade na ahofade no eye fufu nti omotonsa de afra adofo nyina se emra mebo mo na ese eye omame omunye ye nkata nachi amamre kwan so mano enyefe
Adishmama ye jina weso ne de prem to Kasiebo ne nyina si mesofo Isaac Budu o hwaye ewo nkoko ye chiao enawia pa asedan koma news team no Ella Opoku Fred Green Marjorie enafe adubia ye nim edupia PSC wonso eboa ye pa amapoma checheku ba MC anso so a director Ralph na Mr Peter Kranten Nana Kisi na Fensu Emmanuel Nete womso bo adwuma ewo honom wo ba camera anso so a edi ene Francis na wo gina kire edi ma yen Elizabeth Ego ene siesie yen ma ye ho ye fefefe na hwie yenso ye jepani esi adwa esom wo edi ameje so da chehima akosia oforiwa amanfo mene
akuya krantma nansa yebekọ no ene eye humfree Lincoln eye Duboy tese obede enti we efi eye ela ho uye adwuma ewo eye Mental Health Authority ene eye wawoda shronko kra enti happy birthday shronko enko emma eye humfree Lincoln twedi ampon tese enshraw na onye okesepa saso na endra na eye awoda shronko emma eye asempa ese eye asempa bempo na fe eye anuonyam oye obenewa bempo ndra na eye munyina awoda moko school ewo insawom perseverance enti yema munyina eye happy birthday na ese nina eye ochrebia bempo na fe anuonyam oye obenewa bempo munyina twedi ampon enye munyina kese na ese yakramu yeso so dwumadi aka ede atoaso ede amamo